What's up, guys? Welcome back to the final hour here of Roleplay R&D week number 7.
Final
number
hour
2.
for Rock?
Perhaps.
Sorry.
It might be the final
too
minutes.
Soon, too soon.
It might be the final minutes.
So, Rock, you feel the icy cold grip of death closing around you. Your vision blurs and like blackness encroaches from the corner of your sight.
Yeah.
Roll 2d6.
2d6, and let's explain the parameters. 6 or lower, I'm dead, right?
Yep.
10, I'm just 10 or higher, I'm unconscious.
No, 10 or higher, you are still in the fight.
Okay, and
7 to 9,
I make a deal.
You meet death, and you make a deal.
Okay, here we go.
Make a
JP,
deal, baby.
Pray to the orange Jesus.
Door number
Orange
2.
Jesus.
Hold on 1 second. I had to remove Ryan from the call. Fuck you!
Ryan's like, what the hell?
Welcome back, Ryan. I had to remove you from the call so that I could roll an 11.
I was like, is he restarting the call? No, just I'm
Oh
booted.
my God, that's awesome. I was like,
I don't
"That's
blame
what
you at all.
just happened."
Thank God you're back, man.
So, Rock, tell me what the black gates of death look like in your culture.
The Black Gates of Death. Let's see. I'm a human. Yeah, they're just. It's just this monumental black wall that you can't see the top of at all, and at the bottom of it, there's a small passageway that you can't really see. It's just eternal darkness leading into this portal, and there's a person with a heavy cloak standing in front of it.
Yeah. So, as you slip into death, you feel the weight of your quest lift itself from your shoulders. You feel a great relaxation as you begin strolling towards the warm, enveloping darkness ahead. But this figure holds out its hand, and you hear a single word echo through your mind. No. And then your eyes open, and in front of you is this beast of flame and snake-like tail, and it's grasping at you, and it's clawing down at you. You return to life with 5 hit points.
Okay.
What do you do?
Inspired after basically dying. I'm inspired by this, thinking that SDR has sent me back to finish the deed, and I fucking strike at this thing and hope to God I don't die again.
Awesome. Roll your attack.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I can't. If I die a second time, it's gonna be so funny. 2d6 plus 1. For fuck's sake, here we go. Well, at least I hit. You guys need to turn the cams back on. So I hit.
Okay. You stab your sword up into its chest. Deal your damage.
9.
Wow.
Right. Your sword comes out the other side of this beast, and it claws against your armor feebly as it makes its last strike against you. But fortunately, its attacks were too weak to do any damage to you, and it dies slumped against the floor.
Okay. When he falls, I just start screaming. I'm just like, ah! with my weapon still inside of him.
Awesome.
I think we should waste no time and try to get out of here.
Yes, I agree.
Where are you going?
Wait, is
We
the
only
is
have really
the
one way to go.
the last
so-
salamander's still alive, right?
No,
That's what I was
Rock
told.
just killed the last salamander.
were you actually bullshitting me about the fire alley?
Yes, I was actually bullshit.
You son of I thought it was actually still manifesting. Okay. Woo. Oh, what? How is everyone doing health-wise right now?
I turned to Lord
My,
Wyman. I'm just like, I've seen death.
I
I'm
too
a
am on
little-
death.
How,
death's
how the
still
fuck
alive.
do you think I'm doing, Lord Wyman?
Were there girls?
I don't know. It was actually hooded. It might have been.
So I will then weave a performance for Rock.
I present arm. Bandage me.
Mm.
I'm going to roll 2d6 plus 3 for rock. 9.
Cool. Let me
And-
see. What's the penalty on that? It's something like your magic reverberates to other targets, affecting them as well. Yes.
On a cure?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Boom. 5.
All right. So both
Shit.
Rock and Lobelia heal 5 hit points.
Um,
Hold on,
Magnus
I just want to
heals
show this
too.
off.
He's pretty low, right? Magnus is pretty low.
Yeah, I'm at 5.
Yeah.
If you see all those etch marks stream going around the edge of my sheet, that is my HP this entire show from all of the hits that I've taken.
You're doing your duty.
Yeah, it seems to be at least 20 etchings there. So it's pretty
Your
retarded.
paladin duty.
Yeah.
All we see is JP's cat. Eee.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. I didn't turn my camera back on. Sorry about that.
I suppose I would also, because I assume we're not going to be healing or resting anytime soon.
I don't want to rest in this hallway.
Then, okay, well, yes, of course.
I told Lord Wyman, I'm like, I will take any rest. I'm still shaken having seen.
We could go back to the room
afterlife.
that we were just in and take a little break. I think that might be a good idea. How are our other folk doing?
Yeah, the
Hirelings?
hirelings. Hyam is down. He was burnt to a crisp early on in the battle, but Quellum and Radis, though shaken at seeing their comrade fall.
He died? Really? I thought I casted the ice thing to cool him off.
Well,
Or did I deal damage to him and kill him?
yes. The thing with
Oh,
Cone of
shit.
Cold is that it's shards of ice blasting in an area in front of you. So it did put out the fire, but it also
That's
put out
not
his
good.
So perhaps we rest in the same ice cavern that we were in before, and then now that we know that the serpents are no longer in the crack, it is a viable route for us to investigate. They opened the gate already, so we know we can get in there. What say
After
you?
we killed them, did the cinnamon smell fade?
Yeah, it was definitely coming from their
Is it
hot,
ins-
hot bodies.
Oh, they smell like cinnamon? Cinnamon lizards? Delicious.
Well, we thought so.
Yeah, we can go investigate
Rest?
after we rest, and if we smell it, we know there's more, and if not, then we can continue safely.
The smell of cinnamon brings
I
us
like that idea.
lizard salamander creatures.
Yeah. All right, cool. So you guys head back into the frosty chamber. Close all of the doors. Set up your trap at the doors.
Yeah, I
as
pick up my
last
other bits that I left earlier and grab my daggers out of all the bodies.
Yep. Cool. You make camp for the night. Now, what's the watch order?
I'll go first.
So that's going to be Magnus, and then
I'll go second.
Wyman, and
I'll go last since I'm usually up early.
okay, and Lobelia.
Yeah.
Cool. So, let me see here. All right. You manage to fall asleep and begin passing a quiet night. Everybody mark off a ration, unless you have one of those special moves. Totally cheating and OP. And let me see here. There's actually moves for setting watch. Take watch. So, Magnus,
Yes.
roll plus your wisdom.
All right, my wisdom is 8. All right, so is that
Minus
-1?
Negative
Yeah.
1.
Well, that means I'm going to roll well. No.
Holy shit, dude.
Oh my gosh. Ryan!
What's the
Did you
lowest?
know that on 2d6 there's a 1 in 36 chance of rolling a 1,
Look,
2, 1?
These are baby odds compared
Wait.
to what I've done in the past.
Steven, I do want to go back. My character doesn't require hunger, thirst, or sleep, so I'm up the entire night.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
But does that mean I can still level?
Yeah. If you're resting, you can still
Okay.
level up.
Yeah. So I'm up the entire night.
How many have you succeeded tonight? 2 rolls?
He's farming that
This is
XP,
so
man.
ridiculous.
I have. Can you tell me how XP works again?
Well, every time you fail a roll, you mark XP.
No,
it's
I
plus
mean
7.
my max.
It's your current level plus 7 for XP.
All right, you should be level 3 by now.
So the first is 8 out of 8 XP. You gotta get 9 out of 9 XP, 10 out of 10, and then I think it's 12 out of 12.
Okay, current
Yep.
level plus 7. So I'm. It's not. But after you do like the first level, all that XP.
After
Is
you
that-
do the first level, you
start-
subtract your level plus 1 or plus. Yeah, your level plus 7 from your current XP. So basically, you spend the amount of XP it requires to level up. But if
And then
you
you have to
have
start
10
it.
XP and you need to spend 8, then you still keep 2 at the end.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So you should think about them as like levels. So
Yeah,
the first
I'm
one's
6
8
out of
8.
9.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so I've rolled a 1
Yes.
out of this. What?
Magnus, you fall asleep in the middle of your watch.
I see
and
him.
my bear would be up with me. Does he also fall asleep?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He sees you close your eyes, and he immediately closes his eyes and goes,
I see him pass out because I'm still awake. Am I right? Are you allowing
Yep.
this, Steven? Okay. I see
Yeah.
him pass out. I'm just like, we'll let him rest.
yeah.
Do I need to make a roll?
No, I'm going to have Lord Wyman roll next.
All right. And my wisdom, correct?
Yes.
Roll 2d6 plus 1. 12.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, is it bad to get high roll?
No, that means that
Oh.
if something approaches the camp, you're able to wake the camp and prepare a response. The camp takes +1 forwards.
Nice.
I need to look at my sheets of what's down here. Where the hell is it? Ooh,
Do remember though that I always get shoot first as well.
it's true. All right, cool. Oh, wow. Yes, Lord Wyman, you see in the brilliant red light that's beginning to fade overnight. You see something humanoid come like crawling out of the hole in the ceiling and like begin crawling along the ceiling down in your direction.
Immediately, I alert the party that we have an intruder.
Oh,
And I suppose if the light is fading, that I would also like to try to light one of my. I believe I have 2 left, so one of my torches.
cool.
I assume like after a day, right? I have to replace my torch.
Yeah.
So I will light a torch, giving me 1 to try to see if I could get a better look. And
Yeah, you get a torch lit. It lights up to the ceiling, and you see this like black-skinned, rubbery-looking creature like clung to the walls, and its arms are like preternaturally long and many-jointed. Like it looks like almost the arms are like tentacles instead of arms. And it like looks down at you, and it sees you looking straight up at it, and it sort of freezes.
I mean, alerting everyone else is. Can I discern realities as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. So you raise the alarm. Everybody else is able to wake up and become prepared quickly. So go ahead and discern realities.
And that's plus int, right?
That's plus wisdom. Spell
it is.
or is plus int.
Oh, okay. No wisdom.
Where is
yeah.
the creature at exactly?
So you're in this cold room, and
Yeah.
up very high in the ceiling there's a hole where there's all sorts of cobwebs around it. And this creature came crawling out of this hole and is now like clung to the ceiling.
11.
Okay. Ask your 3 questions.
My 3 questions are going to be. Let's see. So, what should I be on the lookout for?
Mhm.
What here is not what it appears to be, and what is about to happen?
So, this creature looks pretty disturbed that you've all woken up and noticed it. It looks like it might actually leave and leave you alone. What's not what it appears to be? Everything here is what it appears to be, and this thing definitely appears not to be human. And what was the last one? What should you be on the lookout for?
I think what is here is not what it appears to be. What should I be on the lookout for, and what is about to happen?
Yes, and you should be on the lookout for? It looks like that thing with its long arms are like perfectly suited for choking people. So you should be careful of letting it get close because then it can choke you.
So upon observing this, I immediately just turn to the party and say, "Shh, I think it's leaving. Don't make any sudden movements."
Cool. So
they can listen to me if they want.
As it watches you, it starts sort of slowly backing up towards the hole. And then it quickly skitters into the hole, and you see like two beady little eyes glowing out from inside of it. And then they close and vanish back up in the hole.
Well, we
was
can
that?
either try. I do not know. It came out. It didn't appear to necessarily want to attack us. More just, I think, concerned that we were here. So we either plug this hole, if it's possible, or we constantly keep a close eye on it for the remainder of the evening. Sorry to wake you all.
How do you propose we get there?
Oh,
To plug it.
I don't know. It was simply an idea. Maybe we could throw you up there and no, okay, that won't work. I don't think we can. I believe we just need to keep a close eye on there.
Well, I can grappling hook up there, but I don't know how we would close it.
Me neither. Should we just continue and keep a close eye on the hole for the remainder of the night?
It doesn't seem like it wants to attack us. So I
It
think
could
if
come
we
back
just
with
watch it.
friends.
What are you feeling, Rock? You've had good intuition.
I just turned to him, or turned to Lobilla and be like, I saw death earlier today. I don't give a fuck what happened. I'll fight anything. It doesn't matter. But for now, I'm up all night. I'll make sure it doesn't come back. We can worry about what to do if we want to chase it tomorrow.
If you really have a grappling hook, perhaps we could put fire at the source of the hole to prevent anything else from coming in there for the evening.
Fire would last for only so long, but willing to try it if you'd like.
It's probably 2 a.m.
All right, then let's just keep watch on the hole.
All
I
right.
agree. Let's watch the hole.
Keep your eyes on the hole.
Cool. So, the rest of you go back to sleep. It's now Lobelia's turn to watch. Your watch passes uneventfully, and then Rock is the last one awake. His watch passes uneventfully as well. So you make it through the night unscathed. All of you recover half of your hit points, and those of you who have enough XP can level up.
All right. I think I'm the only one. After
I think so.
that amazing roll.
Yeah.
I take one extra con, so it brings me up to 18, which I think makes it +3 moving forward.
Yep.
And then I have a question. So Bloody Aegis says when you take damage, you can grit your teeth and accept the blow. If you do, you take no damage, but instead suffer a debility of your choice. If you already have all 6 debilities, you can't use this move. So the question I have is this incredibly overpowered? Because I have invulnerability to mind-affecting spells. Confusion would be a mind-affecting spell, would it not? A debility?
But it's not a spell.
Okay, it's more
If
just
it's a debility.
Okay.
Yeah.
What-
That would be more like you got hit on the head and now you're like, you're just sort of confused.
And then all a debility does is just give you -1 to that roll?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to take Bloody Aegis then.
Okay. Debilities, by the way, they are a little harder to remove.
In what sense? Like, how do you remove them?
Well, you can't just rest and remove a debility. I think you actually need to drink a healing potion or see a cleric to heal you up. Things like that. Let me see if I can find out a little bit more about them.
I have 2 healing potions, Rock.
Mm.
I got your back.
Okay. That's fine.
Abilities, 26. I just want to make sure I understand. 26. Some wounds are deeper, though. These are debilities. You can only have each ability once. If you're already sick and something makes you sick, you just ignore it. They're harder to heal. Your best bet is getting somewhere safe and spending a few days in a soft, warm bed.
Okay.
Yep.
So whatever debility I take, it'll just take a while to get rid of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
All right, cool. So, what's the plan? What are you guys going to do today?
I think we're going to go back and
We're gonna go up.
check in the
We're
cinnamon
gonna
crack.
go into the crack.
Cool. All right, you go crawling up into the crack, and you see that the cage is now lifted. And you can actually access into this large cyclopean room. So once again, it's this like, it's quite warm in here. There is still fire burning along the walls, casting an orange reddish light throughout the entire room. There are massive pillars rising up to the ceiling.
Steven, assuming because I already saw the pit of fire or the coals that they were on when I was down here with Magnus earlier, and I saw the fire elemental, I'd like to use bardic lore,
Okay.
and spells and magic to ask the question: will any more fire elementals come from this coal? Like, is there any danger that more creatures could come from these coals?
You recognize that the fire elemental's appearance was tied to the salamanders and not to this, this bed of coals. So you think there is no further danger of fire elementals from here.
Okay. Okay. We should be safe to explore the room and potentially find another exit. In the tales of the salamanders, they would use these coals to summon fire elementals, but without any salamanders here, we should be okay.
I'm gonna go into the room and examine the pillars and the coal pit and see if there's anything odd or traps.
Okay. Over by
And-
the coal pit, let's see here. Would you roll 2d6 plus 3 for me?
Bam.
Okay. Huh. Interesting. Cool. I'll have to look at this. You find a pile of goods as from as if these creatures were owning some of this stuff, like next to the coals, on a low sort of platter that's right next to the coals. Let's see. Roll 1d4 for me, please. Three. Cool. Okay. In amongst there's like some weird, odd, like obsidian carvings and like little knickknacks that must be interesting or valuable to the salamanders, but are like less than worthless to you. But you also find a black obsidian vial that contains a a viscous green liquid.
Have I seen this liquid before?
No.
Okay.
But you could spout lore to see if you know anything about it.
Yeah, let's see if I know anything about this. I think I get +1 to int. I rolled 6.
Okay. The door at the very end of the of this room. Like, it's a huge sort of like temple room with these columns on either side. There's a number of doors off to each side, but from the large double doors down at the end of this room, you all of a sudden hear like a big boom, and then you hear like a couple of voices start chanting.
Steven, as the rest of the party went up the stairs, I stayed down in the hall. And the largest salamander that we saw, I think, was the one that we first fought.
Mm-hmm.
I go over to its body and cast Animate Dead.
Cool. All right, let's see.
Nice. I guess I'm just gonna pocket the black obsidian vial.
Okay, cool.
The voices that we hear, do they sound like the salamander voices we heard before?
They do. Now, JP, give me a 2d6 plus your wisdom roll.
Wait, it lagged. I typed it. What's happening? There we go.
All right. Cool.
Nice.
Roll 1d4.
2.
It gets 2 of those traits.
Okay.
Nice. That's kind of cool.
Let's take it's durable, and it does not appear obviously dead.
Okay, so it gets plus 8 hit points, so it has 9 hit points. And it just does not appear obviously dead. All right, so this salamander that you lay your hands on bursts back into flames, and it rises up slowly. And it begins like slithering along beside you as it goes, all 7 foot of this like large black-skinned fire-wreathed creature sliding alongside you. It picks up the trident from the floor and begins slithering after you.
When it comes to life, I ask it, "Do you understand me?"
It responds with that crackling, burning voice, "Yes."
I tell it, "I am your friend, and you are taking us to your leader."
Yeah.
How
okay,
long does
cool.
that last? Is it until it feels...
It lasts until it's destroyed by taking damage in excess of its HP, or until he ends the spell. While the spell is ongoing, he takes -1 to cast a spell.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It turns to you, Rock, and it says, "Follow me." And it begins slithering up the crack.
Okay, I follow it.
And then it slithers down to the end of this large hall where this is actually really cool. That was quite clever.
I also tell everyone, "It's okay, guys. This is my buddy Albert. All right, Albert's not gonna hurt you."
Yes. So it slithers down to the end of the hallway, and it pushes open the doors. Are you still following right behind it, Rock?
Not right behind it, but a good, 5-10 feet, yeah.
Okay. It pushes open the doors, and you see into the next room. Let me tell you what it is you see.
So on our map, by the way, this is like up the crack and to the right.
No,
Where
this
you
is up the crack and then down to the south,
It's
basically.
like down here.
All the way down.
Oh, I see. Up the crack.
Just gonna like preternaturally shorten.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's good. And here's these double doors. Beautiful.
Double
Okay, so where the hell did I write it? Oh, there we go.
Door before door.
It opens the doors without examining the floors. And again, you smell the scent of cinnamon. Let's see here. Cool. Inside this vaulted room, once again, this proto-Aztec sort of stone along all of the walls, slightly sloped outwards, so the ceiling is larger than the floor. There are a number of columns down the center of this room as well. Along the walls are dark alcoves with statuesque engravings inside of them. Down the center of this room is a massive chasm filled with a burning red light. There's an altar over by the chasm. There are 6 salamanders crowded around the altar. One of them has a knife in his hand dripping red blood. And on the altar, you see the body of Chana lying
Oh
dead.
my God.
Very recently sacrificed, her blood pouring out over the altar itself.
Ryan, Chana is a bard that we brought in here with our first group of characters. This is our second set. We've actually all
Interesting.
re-rolled except for Lobelia.
Yep. Above, suspended over the chasm, is a wrought iron bridge, but it's high in the air, probably 10 or 15 feet up. All of the salamanders turn to look at you. And one of them's the one holding the dagger. It steps forwards and it speaks in a strange and foreign language. The salamander that you are leading responds with a very short phrase in this strange and otherworldly language. And the salamanders sort of like move to surround the group.
I say, friend, speak so that I might understand you and what you're saying to your friends.
He says, "They will take us to my leader."
I tell him, make sure they do not harm us.
He speaks another short phrase, and he says, "Yes."
I turn to the rest of the group, looking for acceptance on what's about to happen.
How many salamanders do I see over there as I peer over the side?
There are 6.
Not including the one that Rock is.
Correct. Total 7. One of them is animated. The other 6 are natural. Now, one of them peels away and moves over to the side of the room, over to the right, and it looks like there's actually some machinery over to the side with like chains and wheels and levers. He like pulls the right lever and he like pulls the left lever. He like grasps a wheel that looks like it's smoking and like red hot, and he like begins revolving the wheel, and he slowly begins lowering the bridge in the middle of the room. You notice that the lava that's pouring into this chasm in the middle suddenly gets blocked off high up to the right, and lava stops pouring out, and the lava level in the chasm itself dips down, revealing a lower ledge down in this chasm. And the bridge comes lowering down so that it's flush with this ridge or this ledge down in the chasm. The salamander off to the right pulls the left lever again and steps away from the machinery. The iron bridge hung suspended over this chasm.
It's like the Panama Canal thing going on.
I ask the salamander, what is your name?
The one that
I have animated, yeah.
he speaks like a complicated string of sibilants and consonants that you don't really catch, but he tells you his name.
I nod and I say, why do you follow this leader?
He says, let's see. Doot, doot, doot. He says, Haptef has power.
Tell your friends that I am the most powerful being you have ever met, and if they wish to follow me, that I will take them wherever they want to go, get whatever they want to get, and make sure they have the most fulfilling life they could ever have.
He spits out a phrase to his fellow salamanders, and the one with the dagger spits back a phrase. And
I
they
ask,
continue.
Okay.
They continue conversing briefly as they lead you all over towards the iron bridge. As you walk under the high arched ceiling, you can see that inscribed all along the ceiling are words. They read, "Men fall, their name is not. Seize thou this king by his arm, take this king to the sky, that he not die on earth among men." So, as you approach the Iron Bridge, the salamander who you know, he turns to you and he says, "They will follow you."
I tell him to recite this to his friends and say that I have seen death and laughed at his face and come back to this mortal world. I will take you and lead you against the mightiest warrior you have ever fought, who you once called your leader.
He pauses and he says, "They have a condition.